Working in the oil field is one of America's most dangerous occupations. If you're watching this video, you or someone you care about has likely been injured while working in the oil and gas industry. You're facing medical bills, lost wages, and uncertainty about the future. Today, I'm going to explain exactly how specialized oil field injury lawyers can help you recover the compensation you deserve and why having the right attorney makes all the difference in these complex cases. Why oil field injury cases require specialized legal representation. Oil field injury cases are fundamentally different from standard workplace accidents. Here's why you need an attorney who specializes in this specific area. Complex liability issues. Oil field sites typically involve multiple companies working together: operators, contractors, subcontractors, equipment manufacturers, and service companies. Determining who's legally responsible requires industry-specific knowledge. Specialized regulations. The oil and gas industry is governed by numerous federal and state regulations, including OSHA standards specific to the industry. Your attorney must understand these regulations to establish negligence. Catastrophic injuries. Oil field accidents often result in severe injuries, including burns, traumatic brain injuries, spinal damage, amputations, and fatalities. These cases demand attorneys who can accurately value long-term care needs and lifetime impacts. Powerful opposition. You'll be facing large energy corporations with extensive legal resources dedicated to minimizing your compensation. You need an equally formidable advocate in your corner. Common types of oil field accidents and injuries. Specialized oil field injury lawyers handle cases involving blowouts and well explosions, equipment failures and malfunctions, falls from heights, derricks, platforms, crushing injuries from moving equipment, chemical exposures and toxic injuries, transportation accidents on site, fires and burn injuries, pipeline explosions, fracking-related injuries, H2S, hydrogen sulfide, exposure. Each of these accident types carries unique liability considerations and requires different investigative approaches. An experienced oil field injury attorney will know exactly how to handle your specific situation. What sets top oil field injury lawyers apart? Industry knowledge. The best oil field injury lawyers possess deep knowledge of oil and gas operations and terminology, standard safety protocols in the industry, the hierarchy of companies on drilling sites, equipment standards and maintenance requirements, common causes of oil field accidents. This industry-specific knowledge allows them to identify liability issues that general practice attorneys might miss and to speak authoritatively with industry experts. Investigation resources. Leading oil field injury attorneys have established networks of petroleum engineers who can testify about industry standards, OSHA specialists who understand regulatory compliance, medical experts who can document oil industry-specific injuries, accident reconstructionists with energy sector experience, financial experts who can calculate lifetime loss projections. These resources are crucial for building compelling cases against well-funded opponents. Track record with oil field cases. Before hiring an attorney, ask about their specific experience with oil field litigation. How many oil field injury cases have they handled? What settlements or verdicts have they achieved in similar cases? Do they have experience with your specific type of oil field accident? Have they taken cases against the companies involved in your situation? Past success in this specialized field is one of the strongest indicators of future performance. The legal options available after an oil field injury. Workers' compensation claims. In most states, injured workers can file for workers' compensation benefits regardless of who was at fault. However, these benefits are limited. They typically cover only a portion of lost wages. They provide basic medical coverage, but not pain and suffering. They don't address long-term impacts on your earning potential. This is often insufficient for serious oil field injuries, which is why additional legal options are critical. Third-party liability claims. Beyond workers' compensation, you may have claims against equipment manufacturers if defective tools or machinery caused your injury, contractors or subcontractors whose negligence contributed to the accident, chemical suppliers if inadequate warnings or contaminated products were involved, site operators who failed to maintain safe conditions, service companies who performed inadequate work. These third-party claims allow for full compensation beyond the limited workers' compensation benefits. Wrongful death claims. For families who have lost loved ones in oil field accidents, wrongful death claims can provide compensation for lost financial support, recovery for loss of companionship, coverage for funeral and burial expenses, punitive damages in cases of gross negligence. These cases require attorneys with both professional skill and personal sensitivity. The compensation you may be entitled to. Top oil field injury lawyers will fight for complete compensation covering economic damages, current and future medical expenses, rehabilitation costs, lost wages and benefits, diminished future earning capacity, vocational retraining if you cannot return to oil field work, home and vehicle modifications for permanent disabilities, non-economic damages, physical pain and suffering, emotional trauma and distress, permanent disfigurement, loss of enjoyment of life, impact on personal relationships, punitive damages. In cases involving gross negligence or willful disregard for safety, courts may award additional punitive damages to punish the responsible parties and deter similar conduct. The legal process for oil field injury claims. Immediate steps after an injury. The best oil field injury attorneys will advise you to seek immediate medical attention and follow all treatment plans. Report the injury to your supervisor following company protocols. Document everything about the accident and your injuries. Avoid giving recorded statements to insurance companies. Decline to sign any releases or settlements before legal consultation. The investigation phase. Once retained, specialized attorneys will secure the accident scene and evidence before it's altered. Obtain witness statements before memories fade. Request maintenance and inspection records. Review relevant safety protocols and training materials. Analyze regulatory compliance history. Consult with industry experts about standard practices. Case development and negotiation. Your attorney will then calculate the full value of your current and future damages. Prepare a comprehensive demand package. Negotiate with all potentially responsible parties. Position your case for maximum settlement value. Prepare for trial while pursuing settlement. Litigation when necessary. If fair settlement isn't offered, top oil field injury lawyers are prepared to file lawsuits against all responsible parties. Conduct thorough discovery and depositions. Present compelling evidence in court. Cross-examine opposing experts effectively. Make persuasive arguments to judges and juries. Warning signs of inadequate legal representation. Avoid attorneys who have little or no specific experience with oil field cases. Promise unrealistic outcomes or quick settlements. Cannot provide examples of past successful oil field cases. Seem unfamiliar with industry terminology or practices. Lack resources to take on large energy companies. Plan to immediately refer your case to another firm. Questions to ask when hiring an oil field injury lawyer. During your consultation, ask, how many oil field injury cases have you personally handled? What percentage of your practice focuses on oil and gas industry injuries? Have you handled cases involving my specific type of injury? What is your approach to investigating oil field accidents? Do you work with industry experts familiar with oil field operations? Will you personally handle my case, or will it be assigned to associates? What challenges do you anticipate in my case? What is your fee structure for oil field injury cases? Time limitations for filing oil field injury claims. Oil field injury claims are subject to strict deadlines. Workers' compensation claims must typically be filed within days of the injury. Personal injury claims are governed by state statutes of limitations, usually 1 to 3 years. Claims against government entities may have even shorter deadlines. Evidence deteriorates and witnesses relocate quickly in the transient oil field industry. Contacting a qualified attorney immediately after an injury preserves your legal rights and ensures critical evidence is secured before it disappears. Oil field injuries can devastate your health, finances, and future. Having the right attorney, one who specializes in oil field injury cases, can make the difference between struggling financially for years and securing the resources you need for recovery and stability. The best oil field injury lawyers combine industry knowledge, legal expertise, and substantial resources to level the playing field against powerful energy companies. They understand both the technical aspects of oil and gas operations and the devastating impact serious injuries have on workers and their families. If you or a loved one has been injured while working in the oil field, don't delay in seeking specialized legal help. Most reputable oil field injury attorneys offer free consultations and work on contingency fees, meaning you pay nothing unless they win your case. Remember, energy companies have teams of lawyers protecting their interests from the moment an accident occurs. You deserve equally dedicated legal representation focused exclusively on protecting yours.